Are you all in? Are you completely sold out? Are you all in the most important relationship that you will have in your life, and that is in your marriage? Today, I want to talk to you men about being completely engaged and all in your marriage. It's like the day that you stood before God, the preacher, and everybody else, and you said those vows. You said, to have and to hold till death do us part, through sickness and in health. That's what you committed to, right? But then you got into it, and you found out things were difficult. Well, I'm telling you what, the test of those vows is not when things are easy, but when things are difficult. So, nobody sits before Teresa and myself, none of those one another couples, and say, you know what, when we got married that day, we stood there, said those vows, but then we said, let's see how this works out. I'm only partway in. No, you said you were all in. And men, I want to challenge you to be completely all in with that most important relationship in your life. So, there are 3 things I'll share with you to encourage you to move in this direction. The first one is push through hard times. Push through hard times. I've been a Browns fan for a long time. I learned how to push through difficult times. How much more important is my marriage, right? I mean, being a fan of something, you just kind of put the jersey away for a time. Some people put a bag over their head because they're embarrassed of their team. Not with marriage. Marriage is different because you're not a fan of your wife. You're married to her. You're all in. That is the most important relationship of your entire life. To be all in says, you know what? We're going to go through difficult times. And we're no different than any other couple out there. That's the realization. Do you think that you're the only couple going through difficulty? When you face the facts that you're going to go through the valleys, then you say, you know what? I'm all in. We're going to figure this out. I'm going to push through. And I know, you'd say, David, you don't understand what I go through. No, I've talked to a lot of couples. A lot of couples have sat in front of Teresa and myself, and I know that marriage can be difficult, but it's well worth it when you are all in. And men, be all in on finding the solution for those challenges when they come. Be all in when your wife and you are having this challenge of either fighting, or you're going through difficulty, you're going through loss, or you're going through woundedness, when feelings get hurt, when both of you are going through just a tough time, job loss, moving, whatever it may be. Push through tough times. I want to encourage you. The second thing is to fall in love every day with your wife, who she has become and who she is becoming as time goes, and expect the same thing back, or look for the same thing back. That you aren't the same person. We can't be that same person that was said those vows years ago, but we can keep the same vows here this many years later, and as time goes. So, fall in love every day with the person that your wife has become, and allow her to do the same for you. The third and final thing that I'll share with you is that act in love every day with your wife. Now, this is not, say this correctly, hear this correctly, act in love. Now, act in love, meaning not in love, but do acts of love every day, even though you may not have those feelings of love. Because really that is love, right? It's not the feelings, it's the action that goes with them. Do acts of love every day. And for some, that's just kind of doing things around the house that need taken care of. It means speaking kindly to your spouse. It means giving appreciations, finding appreciations. Even though they're getting on your nerves, it's kind of like, hey, you know what? I find an appreciation. Even though you're going through a difficult time, you find that opportunity to say thank you, to resolve conflict in a positive way. Being all in means that every day you're going to do an act of love or acts of love every day. And that is acting in love. So that's my encouragement to you today. Be all in your marriage, men. Your marriage needs it, and it will give you leverage in life. It will give you a leg up in life because the two of you are together, not as individuals, but together going forward. So men, stand strong. Be all in this most important relationship. Thanks for listening today.